hearing silence, especially unless you're even in the library. I almost got kicked out of the library because call and response. So, hello, everyone. I expect a response. Oh, thank you. Because you would be this quiet if you were at the footy, if you ever go to the footy. And right now, this is part of the serious story. In 2007, I was in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. I walked into an Irish bar. You probably can see my freckles now since I shaved just so my face could be present for all of you and hopefully raise more money on the live stream. I saw this game on a screen, and there were these nice people from a place called Geelong who were consoling someone from, well, he wasn't from there, but he was wearing these colors like, teal and black and white. They said port something. But you know me, I'm a Memphian. I looked at the score first and I was like, oh my God, they're getting killed. Little did I know that day, the grand final for 2007 would be a population boost for Geelong. Why? Because heartbreak for 44 years would be banished forever. Fast forward, 2008, I leave from Memphis, I moved to Brunswick, and then in 2016, in March, I moved to Geelong. So I've been quietly in Geelong. I've had the fantastic opportunity to meet fantastic musicians like this young man over here, who we fell in love with the Civil War theme, and we talked about all sorts of instruments and photography. And I think one of the last times we saw each other, you were actually playing across the road over here at a collective that closed. I'm the proud father to beautiful autistic children. And there are few things more important or sacred to me than beautiful words and beautiful music. I'm only going to take up 2 minutes of your time. I'm going to give a shout out to my youngest daughter, who had to actually go to the hospital today, and my sister, who's probably watching the live stream in Memphis. My most beautiful babysitter, she was 96. She was my cousin and the first member of my family to ever come to Australia. The late Lillian Thomas died on Sunday. So without starting to cry, I'll do this short tidbit for you. My mind beholds the breath of Nina Simone. Joe Cocker flirts with the keys in his husky, raspy voice, sings as if he knows his soul is on the line. He whispers melodies that stencil themselves into your cerebellum. The funny way Johnny Farnham does the first time you hear him sing the voice. He makes you like mullets for the very first time. I'm a kid who loves flannel and silken speech. I love tofu and pork. In the past lives, I've been pescatarian. There was nothing fishy about it, but I found a new fondness for calamari when I came to these shores. I'm a dead ringer for delicious food. I'm a lover of chili. And yes, sometimes the regular old beige fish and chips on a Friday night will do. I'm a lover of joysticks and new, unless my thumb is sprained, found ways of making love to Nintendo. Super Mario jumps in my head, and sometimes I lose the vocabulary to explain how beautiful the blues can be. But we all love music. The first sound, the of heartbeats transcends the politics, and the orange Jesus hair of future what should not be. I like quiet spaces. like those between our earlobes. So full of possibility, they're like watching the full moon as the solstice births its way through space. She says, learn how to play me in joy and in sorrow. Use your voice. Feel your gut feelings become compositions that lyrebirds can whisper back to you in springtime. Death is no accident. It gives you a way to get to the life after living. All I ask is that you go lovingly and with peace.
You can introduce me. I don't know how to introduce myself. I'm all bashful. That was beautiful, Ben.
Yeah, put your hands together one more time for IQ. Yeah, that's fine. So, such an eloquence and, I don't know, such depth and talent, and I don't know, you've got such a special gift, IQ, that you managed to conjure up all these concepts and beautiful imagery with your words. It's just lovely and so captivating listening to you. So I'm going to just chat a little bit about Carl. So Carl, I met Carl several years ago, and he...
Yeah, tutu.
He hasn't got here... Oh, yes, his violin is here.
It's going to make a cameo.
It is going to make a cameo. Good. I'm looking forward to that. But what struck me when I met Carl and I heard him play the violin is that the instrument was actually just an extension of himself. It was so ingrained and so much a part of him. So you're very lucky, and I feel lucky that, you're here tonight, Carl. And I know I'm not going to, but yeah, just...
Put the pressure on.
No, I don't want to put the pressure on. I just want to give you some appreciation,
thank you very
okay? Much. Yeah, it's just appreciation. So thank you so much for being here, and can't wait to hear you.
Thanks. Thanks, Sandy. It's a pleasure to be here. The violin may or may not be an extension of my body, but this is a funny-looking thing. It's a 4-string guitar. It's called a tenor guitar, and it's basically what lazy violinists use to play guitar, because real guitar, I've got no clue. So this is tuned like a violin, just down the octave. I'm going to play a bunch of original songs. Some of these are on an album that I recorded and released last year. And I've got a couple of newies that I haven't performed before, and I'm going to try one of those first. This one's called Trial Balloon, and I wrote this a few months ago, and it's about emerging into the world after a period of long hibernation, and basically it's about refusing to compromise. make a cameo. That's all. Calling all cartographers at heart. I am an hour, stop and start, just poring over nautical charts. There's no safe harbor around these parts. The lush pastures, just mirages. I sail past them all with my covers at half-mast. And in my mirror view, my youth, put everything I thought I knew on a trial balloon. Vanilla sky with stars maroon. In a world of knives and forks in cluttered drawers, in search of spoons in hidden rooms, with hidden wounds. The forbidden beckons as it looms. I hope to reach you soon. It's been a while since I could partner up. I find lust alone lacks luster. The catharsis hits and just as quickly departs. But it's a certain je ne sais quoi that you say I've got. I say I don't know what that means. You say it means I don't know what, but if I marry you, don't move. There could be something here for each of us to prove. And I don't wanna have this talk too soon. But a world that once sold love has worked so hard to blow it up and change its tune. And that's my cue to start anew. Oh, but I must warn you, I don't buy roses, I sell truth. Oh, and just think of all the harm we'll get into. Is the Armageddon better never than late? Well, I can't wait. I fight to keep my arms and legs inside the ride at all times. Never mind my brain and the part of me that's far beyond this place. I wouldn't know normal if it punched me in my face. But I won't be jelly set in someone else's ways. Don't want a sugar cube, yeah, I want fruit. I'm gonna see if all this squeeze is worth the juice. I'll be the basket case you can't replace, 'cause my taste is worth my bruise. And when the world comes for its harvest, you'll hear the laughter from my war chest. And I'll proudly stand discarded with my hands around the scruff of what comes next. As you stand perplexed behind perspex, and all the answers to the questions that you've never dared to ask, you'll never guess. Oh, thanks very much. Trial balloon. All right. This is another sort of relationshipy song. This was the third song on an album that I released last year. That was called Pith and Vinegar. I've still got some CDs, incidentally. But yeah, the whole thing's on Bandcamp if you want to check it out. This one's called Hey. Get some in the car if you'd like one. Yeah, I'll scurry out. No, not in the suitcase. What an oversight that was. Actually, that suitcase came with this pedal board that I bought secondhand. It was the only reason I bought it. It's great, isn't it? It's falling apart. Which is a great segue into this song, which is called Filaments. It's about how fragile we all are and how fragile modern life is and love is and all that good stuff. Yeah. Who's your sleep? Who's the rinse in your repeat? Who sees your colours through your summer camouflage? Who keeps receipts of your dark deeds and burns them for you in your backyard? Who knows the sum of your parts? Knows you by touch, knows your plot lines and knows all your polka dots. You once knew but you forgot. So sure you once knew. Well, that golden ticket's all torn up. Whose love's a fairground until it shuts? And who gets bored? Too safe, too warm. Who takes your armor down and leaves you in the thunderstorm? And who feels made to be exchanged, cheaper by the day, but rides the cycle anyway? Who doesn't want to talk, just wants to get your heart rate up? Who says it's just fun between friends under the fern front? Well, you can't break if you don't bond. So what's one more lily pad upon the pond? In nonchalance we trust until love itself will rust. Well, who will do what you must? Who will do what you must? Who will do what you must? Thank you. Filaments. How are we going for time? All right. Oh, well, that's sweet. for the longest night. All right, I'll do an angry stream of consciousness rant one now. No pretty violin in this one. This one's called Trilobite. And I guess it's about how getting to the truth and getting to the answers in your own life can be a struggle, can be a bit like digging for fossils, trying to find a trilobite. That's where the song came from. Some lonesome time. You nicked off with your nicotine in the nickel, and you believed if you just breathed you'd be alright. But you couldn't keep your little creatures from eating you inside. Creator made you, couldn't break the tailor's strange designs. Knee deep in dark decline and wading deeper. Steep as your climb, slice of life denied. We're trying to work out why, like trying to find a trilobite. You love the world that you can't see. Not quite so keen on all that giving to receive. So you make do and you make believe. Came for the fruit, stayed for its seed. What lies between your lives need black and white piano keys. We're wrong and right, keep changing seats. Well, where was I amongst all this? Cupid took some shot of madness, yes, but his aim was true, and I saw clouds in the shape of you. My brain replayed ill-fated play-by-plays each day on pay-per-view, and you're after someone fatherly now. Best ride your penny farthing far, far away from me now, 'cause this life and you and I, we don't agree. We lack the means to escape its cruel machinery. Soup of the day may contain traces of truth. It tastes awful, but it makes for awfully thoughtful food. Doomed if I don't, damned if I do. By placing pirates in their white coats and striped suits. Proclaimed to walk 1,000 miles in my Ugg boots. Who's kidding whom in this petting zoo? Who's kidding whom? And I know you hope I'm only joking. Still I hope you'll see the silly side soon. Thank you. It's called Trilobite. This next one is, I got the idea for this song from staring at an op shop painting. I used to like to buy op shop paintings and fit out my cabin, still do. And I saw one with a beautiful gold frame on it and a mountain landscape. And it was kind of one of those good from far but far from good things. The more I looked at it, first I kind of wanted to be in there and swim around in it, kind of like disappearing into a screen or into another world, but I realised it was just going to be a temporary escape. And so I wrote this song about wanting to break out of an inauthentic existence. It's called Tame Thing. Signed with a stranger's name. And you thrived in your sapphire daydream, stealing time just praying for some earthquake to make you change. Well, it's on its way. Just imagine a lead break here. Maybe on kazoo. So you swan dive out the fire escape. Still life wasn't worth its weight, but termites in your mind, they give chase as you drive for a higher state. Saying, don't try if you don't like failing. Yeah, just comply, say only nice things. Behave, behive, don't sting. Well, piss ants are gonna piss and moan, but you can't stay where you've outgrown. Well, could you paint some brave new landscapes of your own? Thanks. It's a dark art, the loop pedal, and there's always a tendency to go on and on and on and get a bit self-indulgent, but that's half the fun. How am I going for time? Got time for one more? Yep, cool. All right, I'll finish up with a bit more optimism. This is, I think, is the last song on my CD, and it's called Close Enough. And I guess it's about making your way through all of life's hardships and hopefully coming out the other side with some sort of greater perspective. Close enough. He does a lot, does a lot, does a lot for you. He doesn't ask too much. A little rough, doesn't budge, doesn't know what he wants. He's not in a rush. You feel your heart open up, but you cuddle up. There's no response to your touch. You call him up, it's like he's out to lunch. You say you've got to know what's what. He says, thanks for your concern. I'm not hurt, just worlds away where words don't work. And I prefer not to be disturbed. And that wounds you, what do you do? The one you want, just one solitude. And it's tough, 'cause you're so close, not close enough. Ooh, 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 ooh. folks had for you, your house, spouse, your job. But this world hits fast, it's your head and your heart and your hip pocket hard. And now you're floating alone, just playing Marco Polo with no response. And you demand but can't command respect. You don't plan for what you don't expect. And mankind won't meet the standards that you set. Crawl back in your cave and navel gaze for days in a persistent vegetative state. It makes you wanna close up shop when you're so close, not close enough. But you're God-given, not giving in. And you've got unfinished business in the prison of your skin. For this world, some tasting plate with pleasure sought for pleasure's sake. And the aftertaste has made you think again that maybe you're not just some whisper in the wind, meant to drift along this urgency and marinate in make-believe. But I'm the same, I'm so well trained in self-sabotage, and my life rob's falling apart. But if you want, you're welcome aboard. Just a couple of earthworms in a flood, doing our best against the mud till this old earth is done with us. May we know we got close enough.
Thanks very much, everyone. Thanks very much for having me. It's been a pleasure. Cheers.
Can everyone please put your hands together one more time for Carl Dickens?